The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Holy shit. We're
Hello.
back, just like Billy Piper in Doctor Who. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience.
Brilliant joke. Brilliant.
Speaking of
by the way, here's Nick.
desperation, look who's yeah, he's here. We relevant again, guys? We relevant? We got you, Nick. Nick,
Look at
say
us.
some,
We're
say
relevant
some
now.
funnies.
Did you guys bring my chickens into the chat? Because
Yeah.
they are actually running around behind me.
I put the chickens on the table.
Oh, we should probably make them moderators for the stream.
Oh yeah, that's true. The cookies? Yeah, the cookies are
Oh my god, why did I name... Oh my god. I named them Tika and Korma. I should have named them Cucky and Clucky.
Oh,
Cucky
what
and
is
fucky.
Cucky and
Yeah, cucky and fucky.
And next time you have
Cucky
a
and
pet, I'll be...
Clucky.
Yeah,
Get it
Cucky
right.
and Clucky.
Pay the price.
Yeah.
No, it's Cucky.
That was the joke, Frank. Where are you?
I'm right ahead.
I'm 10 seconds ahead.
He will do that, and then he will drag me through a field of stinging nettles to get ahead of me to a joke. Like, there's no predicting what pace the man moves at.
Frank is he's a god of comedy.
It's true.
Oh,
You're
okay,
about-
well, I don't know about that.
You're gonna see the
This is
truth.
Stop being humble.
This is true.
It's true.
After notice how Pup looks like hit Nibrock the Rock. Oh, look at that. We already got first super chat for me being here. You're welcome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like Mr.
Yeah,
Krabs
that-
does
yeah.
this every day, and it's always the fucking Gromit continuity. But yeah.
I've been missing out on some sagas with Mr. Krabs since I've last been here.
His newest thing
No,
is
it's pretty
Gromit
much
playing,
the same, I think, as always.
or Wallace
much.
playing Fortnite, but not Wallace as in our Wallace. Wallace as in the cheese Gromit Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit.
He's moved
Wallace
on.
and
Yeah.
also Gromit.
What are we
Um,
doing here?
yeah, I know.
no.
Well, who wants to introduce us?
I did
can
it
do
last
that.
week.
I-
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done it.
Okay.
All right.
If you don't
All right.
mind.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the classic and modern age. Today, you have me, Nick. I've been here the whole time, probably.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Channel Pup,
Sup? I'm here.
and we have Trey Noivels,
I am using tilt controls.
filled with my game foibles.
How y'all doing?
Got Frank.
Hello.
Dylan, I gotta be real with you. I never say your channel name correctly. Can you say it for me again?
It's
64
Garrulous.
gorillas.
Garrulous. I always say
Gorilla
Garrulous.
64.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really give a shit at this point. It doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Monkey 64.
There we go.
But yeah, hi, I'm here as well. Like I am,
Yeah.
as I do.
This is true.
So
That's true.
what's on the docket, Pup? What's on the plan
Well,
for the
first
day?
you gotta do a little bit of housekeeping. So just to say, super chats are read out at the end of every episode, and
That's
this show
right.
is, as always, brought to you by our many great patrons, whose names I'm going to read out in the Bat Enjoyer tier in any second if I can find it. Where is it? There it is. All right, let's open it up. Just a second. I'm really sorry.
You don't
It's a
usually
lot, this.
apologize.
It's a lot there. Well, I'm showing off because my friend's here. Anyways, Patreon
Alright.
shoutouts. We got
His
My
real
Great
friend
Rolls.
is here, but he won't apologize when it's just us.
Frank, I take you for granted, remember? So we got My Great Rolls, Ven101, Aiden Fitzgerald, Stardust Chaos, Crimson Rose, Mr. SP, and KB. Thank you, folks, as always, for your generosity. And with that, Sunset City is open for business once again. So we have the joys of an obnoxious fucking video game console launch. I bet you guys want to fucking enthuse about that, don't you?
I
Um,
have nothing to say.
We should probably
Yeah.
talk about it a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean-
go ahead. I'm gonna sit over here for a second.
Okay.
I wasn't planning on getting a Switch too, but FOMO got me bad. I went out to a midnight launch because I missed midnight launches pretty badly, and didn't expect them to have any extras, but they did. and I was literally gonna be just for the giggles get Sonic X Shadow Generations just because it's a launch game, and I miss having Sonic as a launch title. But then I ended up saying, well, you know, like I'll just get a green one later if they come out with a green one, and it's also like I have, you know, the blue is like Sonic and the red's like Shadow, so it's a perfect combination. Yeah, I ended up buying the Switch 2 with Sonic.
Yeah.
And I love it.
No, it's good. It's good. I also didn't really plan on. I always planned on getting a Switch 2. I wasn't planning on getting it launch only because
Me neither. Yeah.
a lot of games that I wanted were coming out later, like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like that's coming out. That's like a day one purchase. I can't wait for that. But I was on stream with some friends. Sam Procrastinates, all of them, and he was at his GameStop getting a Switch because he canceled his Target order and was like, you know, I'm just gonna go there and see if I can get one for reserve. And I was like, oh yeah, you can do that. So I was like, I have the income, and I'm still saving up for too many games, but I have the income. And I was like,
have the income.
Hollywood Elite.
Can you let me finish? But anyways, I went up there and I was like, if I'm getting a Switch, I'm getting the bundle because I did not want to spend $80 on Mario Kart World personally. I didn't want to. Thankfully, they had the bundle, and I was the first one in my group. Yeah, they had a good bit of them. They had 6 bundles and 4. No, they had 4 bundles and 6 standards. Whenever I came to stop. So,
Well, my Switch 2 has a golden casing. It's made of 24-karat gold. I've got it in a special display case.
Gracious.
It costs so much.
What is this voice you're doing?
gracious.
and
Right,
technically, so
this-
Is this still okay to be 2025 and making a flamboyant voice?
It was supposed to be just
or
rich California type, is what it's supposed to be.
No, that's
Cancel
like
it.
very
Let's
clearly
do it.
flamboyant. You're making fun of
That's-
in this month of all months, pup.
Look, it's just a Democrat
come
voice,
on.
okay? It's my
It's
Democrat
Jurassic
voice.
June, brother.
oh really?
Dylan
Oh
Tra-
okay.
Dino
Dylan,
Pride.
trade. One of us can take over the podcast. Pup is canceled. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
isn't-
Let's go. Yeah,
Let's
it's finally
go.
happening. No, I'm kidding. We would
Switch it over, canceled
But-
pup.
You trade a pup for a
Cancel
nip,
it.
and then everyone's happy. And I'll just be
But,
over here
no.
in my tent.
No. But like
And
And
cue
I-
the
and I
Super
did-
Mario RPG victory music.
yeah.
I associate that with Kitsch Night now. That music, right? When it's just like, Gordon's turned this restaurant around in a manner of speaking. It's- fuck yeah.
The coolest thing though is that I did get my Switch before midnight in my state, which was cool. And I
got it early.
I was even I was able to get my Switch. Funny enough, like Sam was waiting for like a good couple hours. I got my reserve at like in the afternoon. Came back at around 10:30. Was out of there by like 11:10. I was like, this is awesome.
See, that's,
So,
I didn't even do that. Like I just
Dude,
I
let
just
it be
drove to
known,
a
never
GameStop,
pre-order anything.
like a
Apparently.
little after 11, and like they could already technically release them because Midwest time is 11. That
Yes.
means East Coast. As soon as the East Coast drops theirs, everyone else can grab theirs, basically.
yes. That's it.
Yeah, I went there a little bit after 11. There was barely a line because they'd already rolled through some people. And
Yep.
I just walked in there and I just got the bundle, and I got Sonic, and been a happy little camper ever since. And might just make a video talking about the 2 versions of Switch Sonic to see if it's worth it, because I know a lot of folks are pretty peeved about.
And then
the
you
lack
get
of
all
it.
these jealous
I
bitches
think-
who are like, oh, they got their Switch 2. I'm so jealous. Hi, I'm bitches, by the way.
I'm also
Yeah.
bitches. I'm not
The
even.
phone-
I'm not
the
even
phone was
jealous
rough, dude.
of the Switch 2. I'm just jealous of the money people have to get a Switch 2.
So I wasn't, dude. Like I'm not any kind of
No,
any kind of
no.
space to
I
be
recently
buying for
bought
that. It's just flat out
A
cash.
miniature
'cause it was
air
not
conditioner
cash.
though. I got commissions for Mario 64 models, and I bought myself a little Chillmax Air. It cost me £30, and now I can stay cool in the summer.
That's good. You won't
Good,
die this
because
year.
It's miserable out. Right
I'm
now.
jealous of
Lord.
everybody with their Switch 2s because they've all been playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at 60 FPS. And the
Right,
game's
You
like
can do that on the
actually
emulator,
functioning.
Frank. It's fine.
Wait,
You don't
yeah,
need
well,
the
I-
Switch 2 for that.
I got air conditioning,
Dylan?
so I'm just saying.
Dylan? Okay, so
I
there's
also
a
got
very
air
specific-
conditioning.
There's a specific reason why I don't do that.
Why?
because I do all of the 7-star raids in Scarlet and Violet. So.
Oh
I
yeah,
wouldn't
okay,
be
yeah,
able
you
to
can't
do
go
that.
online with that. I
Also,
think.
don't you
Actually,
have
some of
like
them
just
do.
a laptop as well? Like emulating that on a laptop is going to be a bit of an ask, isn't it?
I've emulated Switch games on a laptop. On
Yeah,
my
but Switch
laptop.
2 is going to be a little bit of a different story.
Oh, no, you don't
for
need
sure.
to emulate the
No,
Switch
yeah,
2
you-
tray. It's a
he's
Switch
just
1
talking
game.
about
An emulator
Scarlet
is
and
basically
Violet.
just a
Oh,
Switch
okay.
2. You paid all that for an emulator, bro, you idiot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But
So I will say this: Sonic's got his work cut out for him, man. Mario Kart World is really good. It is
no,
really
it is.
good.
It is good. Do I think it's $80 good? Me personally,
No,
not
it's $100
really.
good.
No, it's $180 good.
I would-
Actually,
Honest to
I don't
God,
think
just
I'd ever
take
pay
all my
really
payments in
good.
Mario Kart.
Dogecoin, and I will
No,
sell
it's-
my dignity for it.
no. What I'm
Well,
saying,
it's got
though,
all the cool things like for multiplayer, for like what you want from multiplayer, but like the single player aspect of it is so good. That open world
yeah,
is so damn good. Like it's we've had open worlds for driving games for multiple generations at this point, but Mario Kart has never felt so alive. Like that world feels alive.
my
It's
favorite,
amazing.
my
Interesting, I
favorite
like that.
part is the last Grand Prix Cup. Like if you've played through it, you know.
I've not played
gonna
through
spoil
all the
anything.
Grand Prix Cups.
Okay.
He
I,
played the whole thing.
I told
I
Stevie
played the- oh, yeah, I
got
played
it,
the
and
whole
she
thing.
was like, "How dare
What's
you?
the-
You're gonna know the
God.
tracks before me. You can't play too much before I get mine."
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna spoil it because honestly, it is a thing where you have to experience it blind. It's really
You do.
good. You
Yeah,
really do.
And how are you going to see the game?
I will say though the map, because I've been doing more just open
I liked
worlding
that,
the
Frank.
map,
That was good.
Mhm.
and like there is so much. This is the kind of like nostalgia I wish Sonic would do, because like
Yes.
they reference so much of Mario's world in this one map, but it's
I
so
love Mario World.
naturally integrated into this world, and it's new and it's fresh. Like we've all seen the DK Spaceport, right? It's
Right.
basically the original Donkey Kong map as a Mario Kart racetrack, except they also have a giant Mecha Kong in it. Like
The
it's,
Mecha Kong is
it's
cool.
n-
I like the Mecha Kong.
it's old, but it's new, is what I'm saying.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like I won't
like,
spoil it, but like if you know like the more obscure games, you'll see
Yes.
things just randomly just living in the world. It's so damn
It's-
good. It's so good.
It
So
is.
I
if
saw a
anybody
nice
wants to
video of a
help
guy
you get
that
a-
followed a
Go for
toad
it.
for a while. He just followed a toad going like up a river in a boat, and then he gets to like a waterfall, and he's like, "Yeah, he's gonna turn around now, right?" And the toad just starts fucking paddling up the waterfall really fast. He's like,
like really fast. I do like
So-
how like alive Mario Kart World really is. I do wish though, and this is just grievances with open world games in general. I wish that like whenever you completed like an objective, like the P-switch objectives and stuff like that, it would show up on the map. That way, like
Yeah.
you know you've been there and like you can kind of search elsewhere. I also wish that the little mini map that's next to you had like a little bit of like a compass, because so far it's just an overhead view of what
It's
you're
a
already
really
seeing.
good map though. Like I was
It is
not
a good
expecting
map.
it to
No, the
look that
map
good.
itself is good. I'm talking about like the mini map that's on like the bottom
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because you don't
um,
really know what direction you're going at any point.
Yeah, exactly. And like but other than that, really, like I also wish there was just like a little bit more to do, and I wish you could do more with friends online. Because from what I can understand, you can't really like complete objectives with your friends online.
If it's
Um,
anything like I mean for God's sakes, like the last game was a Wii U port, and they kept that thing alive throughout the entire Switch One's lifetime.
yes.
I'd be
Basically,
very
yeah.
surprised if that's not the plan for this game.
Oh yeah, like there's a lot to do. I can see them already improving a good bit of stuff though already, or like at least adding some cool stuff into this. So like, and plus with their open world aspect, they might even add like new locations maybe in the future. Like the world's your oyster when it comes to like open world stuff. I feel so like
the world's my oyster, but I'm allergic to shellfish.
it's true.
I'm not actually.
Fuck.
I actually like shellfish a lot.
That's gross.
Oh,
more
you
power to
so
brother.
love shellfish. You are a shellfish.
Actually, like I wouldn't eat
guy.
clams. I don't like clams or oysters, but like I like other shellfish.
You would live
So-
off of
Gross.
oysters, dude.
Oh, I wouldn't. They're too
You're
gross.
on like an
That shit's
all
disgusting.
oyster diet.
It's
You pick the
it's a
I would be
weirdest
throwing up every day.
things to poke people about. The weirdest.
I
fucking
like
things.
No, he
literally
loves fish so much, dude. He loves it.
No, fish is fine. I like a
Fucking loves it.
So
I
you
love
Tuna's
like
good.
I'm proud
okay
of you. I
so
can't do that.
I love Pup's mindset where it's just like, oh, he likes this thing that's kind of a little bit, but not really unorthodox. Let me make a bit out of it for
Why
at
do
least
you
like
both have
an hour.
N64 models and they're both radically different sizes?
Because one of them is a little guy and the other isn't. Even
One
in
of them
game,
was made by a different person. Pup didn't make this. Mine.
yeah, even in game though, like we made it so that Pup is significantly shorter than Dilnor
Oh, yeah.
and Trey.
Yeah, that
and
was on
Frank.
purpose as well.
Yeah, he needs to be. He's little.
Dylan, you have a
Yeah.
Switch 2, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't. Wait, is it just me?
Don't you have a Switch
Yeah,
too, Dylan?
Just,
Hmm?
they literally
Wait,
said that
you
before
want
we
to talk
started the
about
show. It's just
yours?
you and me.
Wait, I'm so dumb. Wait, Frank, do you have a Switch 2?
No,
Frank just said he
it's
didn't.
just us.
Speaking of,
Oh, it's just
speaking
us?
of the Switch 2.
I
hey,
guess
anybody in
I guess I thought for some reason it was 3 out of 5
Hollywood
of us.
Frank just
cut
getting
me off,
but,
steamrolled for a second.
Sorry,
fucking
sorry. I wish
Hollywood
I had.
elite.
I thought I had.
Oh,
I
look
thought I
at
had.
me.
Yeah.
I don't have a Switch 2. I guess I'll just
Yeah.
talk over them
Oh,
because they're the
no.
poors.
The poor people.
Yeah.
Your voice is a little
Yeah.
quieter than everybody else's.
My voice.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
No, Frank's.
Turn Frank
Mine?
up. I often have to turn Frank up myself. I mean, Frank, to be fair, is okay on my end.
Well, as long as the audience can hear him. I
He's
don't
good.
care.
Yeah.
Well, I
Anybody in
mean,
chat?
you might
Yeah,
want to
fine,
listen to
you
him.
know what, I'm so sorry. All right, as a Hollywood elite, I thought I had richer friends in company, but I
Yeah.
guess not. You know,
Nah.
so
I'm
it's
good.
just me and
All
Nick.
right, I
I'll
gotta-
do it.
Trey,
I
the
gotta
Hollywood
give
elite.
my-
I don't fucking understand this.
YouTube
gotta-
pays me about 3 cents a year, basically.
gotta
That's
give
what I'm
my-
working
That's kind of where I'm at
Hey,
with
Penny.
YouTube right now. It's dire.
Yeah, I mean, I just got a job though, so fuck YouTube. Don't care.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Do you get
Let's
a, like
rock.
a job like in a career path you care about? Because I'm
No.
about to for one I don't care about. At
Nope,
all.
nope. I don't have any attachment to it at all, and I'm basically doing it just so I can stay alive.
Yeah, I'm kind of there, but that's.
But
fine.
soon
That's
that
how we
drug
do
test will be done, Dylan, and you can return to the promised
Yeah, no.
land.
Once the drug test is over, I'll be able to be happy again. It'll be great.
Hell yeah.
So,
Perfect.
Perfect. Pup, you said you had some grievances with the Switch 2 launch, or at least like
No.
at least the social media aspect of it.
No, I'm just tired. Like the thing is, like, it's gonna sound like I'm angry at people, and I'm genuinely not. But it's to me, this has been just the most obnoxious fucking console launch I've ever seen. Because for months on end, there was so much talking. Mario Kart World is priced too high. They're really nickel and diming this thing. Vote with your wallet, people. Vote with your wallet. And it got even more tiresome when it became political, because now I got to hear about Trump and tariffs nonstop. Oh! And now, everywhere I look on social media this morning, everywhere I look, oh, look at my Switch 2. Look at my picture of my Switch 2. I got 2 Switch 2s. Articles about how the Switch 2 is selling out. The same
That is true.
YouTubers who told their audience to vote with their wallets, now in, let me explain mode because they bought it. Mudaha. Everybody bellyached about how Nintendo just get away with it every fucking time. And now all those conversations I've listened to, all those articles I've read, I've just been fucking lied to, because all those people who cried tariffs, cost of living crisis, have effectively just wasted my time, because said people have it, and all I can think of is, God, I want that fucking stability. I crave that kind of financial. Like, Nick, you said the whole YouTube bubble feels burst to you. Dylan, you went out and got a job, and I'm just like, God damn it, I just recently downscaled my life's goal to maybe get a dog someday. I'm not worried about house and wife anymore. And honestly, if you bought it, good for you, spend your money on what you want, but it's just from where I'm sat, I'm just looking at social media, I'm like, can someone just buy one of these things without posting a picture of it? I really, really don't care.
I think it's
It
also.
sounds like you care a lot, brother.
I do, but
I'm
it's
gonna
not
post
about
it.
the Switch 2. It's about the financial
I care
stability.
immensely.
The thing is, I've always played, like, my main draw for the Switch is always going to be Mario, and I've always played Mario games in retrospect. I've never bought one day one. It's just not that kind of game for me. So I'm kind of okay with waiting for the Switch 2, but I'm just like, man, everyone is richer than I thought. Like, where am I at right now? You know?
I mean, to be fair, and I can speak
be
for
fair.
myself here. It's also it's not that everyone is just rich and has just like piles of money just burning their pocket.
Everyone's
It
bad
was
with
just
their money.
Sometimes.
For
Some
me,
people have
it
to
was
be
a-
responsible.
I mean, for me, well, yeah, and I have a job outside of all this stuff, obviously.
job.
But like, yes, I have a job. Why are you saying that like it's a prestigious thing? Why are
Because
you
it
saying
is
that having
now.
a job-
Because it is. I've been trying to get a job for like a year, dude, and I haven't got one.
bro, you need to sell yourself better. I don't know what to tell you.
Ah,
Tell
yes,
myself.
it's my fault. That's fair.
Not
That's
selling
fine.
myself would probably be a
Pup,
very
did you ever
easy
think
job,
that
to
it
be
might
honest.
be your fault?
Have you considered
But
that the job market
regardless-
might be on you, pup?
Regardless, I was also very vocal about the Switch prices, but not the console, more so the games. And I wanted to, and I said this from day one personally, and I know you're not talking about me, but I just wanted to, I guess, like say this just to say this. A lot of people were vocal, but they were also like, the Switch One console price is not really the issue; it's the game prices. Which is
Oh
why
yeah,
I
by the
opted
way,
for
the
bundle.
fucking Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour is #2 on most bought. $20 for a fucking less than Astro's
It's 10.
Playroom thing?
It's $10, which it shouldn't cost anything.
Either
It's
way,
$10.
Schrodinger's
I've also-
cost
besides
of
the
living
point.
crisis.
I've also heard it's really good.
Is it?
really.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Nintendo's
oh, okay.
big
Like Nintendo's like, here's the thing. All right, so like yeah, like the cost is annoying, it's irritating and everything, but Nintendo delivers every single time. Like
Yeah.
that's just what it comes down to.
Is it as good
So
as Astro's
we can be
Playroom?
we can be
though, do
upset
they?
about it. We can be upset about it all we want. The bubble is ballooning. AAA games suck ass. Nintendo's the only one out there at this level giving us some amazing shit. So
That's at least true. I agree with that.
Yeah.
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 So, like-
I think
if they
Oh,
want to
sorry,
if they
you-
want to charge $10 for their instruction manual, that's fine. I ain't buying it. But like
yeah.
if someone wants to spend that money, that's fine. I know like Reggie, for instance, like back in the day, he had to convince Nintendo of Japan to pack in Wii Sports because it was going to be
Yes.
such a good incentive for the Wii. But like Nintendo of Japan, like they were staunchly against the idea because they were incredibly proud of what they put together. And I imagine that's the similar situation here. Where, and again, not trying to say they aren't greedy. Obviously, they're fucking greedy. There's a lot of shit I'm not happy with Nintendo about. But I am going to say, like, they get away with it because they make good shit. And this is really
Yeah.
good shit.
And also like a context wise, like GameCube was considered a flop, right? And like
Yep.
and so was the Wii U before the Switch. Like the era of Nintendo that people are fond of is whenever they're winning outside of losing a lot. And we haven't seen Nintendo lose really at all. Like they've made
just
some
keep
like
winning.
bonehead.
I just keep winning.
That's like yeah.
I will just
can't
say,
stop
I
winning.
think if we start wrapping up on Switch thoughts though, because there is one other topic that I do want to quickly discuss before we get to the stream.
like
We
Summer
do
Game
have
Fest,
to, yeah, we do have to touch on it. And to plug myself.
Whoa, not on the internet. Whoa,
That's
not on
that
this
is
one.
a
himself
that
in.
is a at
That's
the
my
end of the
fans.
show thing, Mister.
He's
But
putting
I am going to
himself
be
in.
talking about a Switch 2 and Sonic Generation specifically in an upcoming video. So, you know.
Yeah. Also, like to kind of like be on like a kind of like a I guess say like what Pup was trying to say earlier. It wasn't necessarily that I don't think Pup's mad at Nintendo specifically, but more so people who are like
Sure,
preaching.
I'm actually just
Like,
mad at the
the-
world and I'm mad at myself. Like that's
well, you're mad at you're mad. I feel like you're mad at the
Feel
people
that.
like preaching and then not delivering. Basically, like they're
I
like,
feel
oh
a jackass
yeah,
too, to be fair, because like I was also like, I ain't gonna fucking buy this, not this soon.
Yeah.
Like obviously I want it, and obviously like I'll get one.
Yeah, I always
eventually.
kind of knew this.
And then
was
it's in front of me. I'm like, fuck, I want
Is
it.
Well,
everyone's-
that's the thing. is
Everyone's
that-
got like a big moral compass before it's available, and then as soon as it's available, people go, "Oh,
Not
Yeah,
that big
well-
of a moral quandary.
not
you know?
moral." That's the wrong word. Probably. I just mean like the hypocritical standpoint is like
that's the
you know
thing. Though,
because
is
like
I
I'm with
can't
Pup
even
on that where everybody was like, "What the fuck? It's too much." And then as soon as pre-orders opened, people were like, "I got 3 of them. Look,
Yeah,
look
it's
at this."
like you changed your tone real quick. But the thing I do want to say is
Like the tunes go, yeah.
Got a new
I
hat.
don't blame
Holy shit, 3
I don't-
cakes.
I don't blame anyone for actually buying one because Lord knows that if someone dropped the money on my lap right now, I'd do the same. I really would get one because I just think it looks cool. But I'm probably not gonna for quite a while. I'd imagine. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna get one because then I'm gonna look like a right dickhead. I'm gonna be
Sure.
everything I made fun of. But it's probably very unlikely. We'll see. We'll see. You know, like
Well,
I work in
yeah.
freelance. It's a volatile thing. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. You know, we're gonna get some ups. I think there's.
Well,
very
then, yeah,
positive
like
Yeah.
what are you actually like debating there? Are you debating like whether or not you have the funds for it? Because end of the day, regardless of people being hypocrites or not, nobody is saying they don't want one.
No, I just
Like
want to be
everyone
the.
wants one.
Basically, I just want to be the wealthiest man in the world, and I think I should get everything I want all the time.
Pup, here's the thing. The
get
world
that.
sucks. People are going back on their word, but you know what? We have Sonic Unleashed on PC.
We do have Sonic. Yes, yes, you remembered my speech.
My God.
Speaking of Sonic, this is a Sonic
Yes.
podcast, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
gosh, not again.
It's a Mega Man podcast.
we've got
My phone was blown up the other day for a particular reason. One of those people being Pup. You wanna tell them why, Pup?
Oh yeah, no. So apparently, I'm now a big hassle to Nick. But so basically, there's a brand new Sonic card game that's gotten its early release over in the Philippines. We'll probably still end up releasing globally before Sonic Rumble. And it's
So true. So true, though. I'm not.
I
I just think
it
we're gonna
is-
have 2 preseason things. We're gonna have like 2 games that never release now.
Preseason
Just 'cause
five
I
people
can't
let's
wait.
fucking go.
Pre-season 5, baby, it's happening. Yeah. So this is Sonic Blitz, and yeah, it's a kind of a card-based kind of combat kind of thing. A lot of people were hoping it would be like a proper little fighting game, and those people, sorry, that's not happening. And to be honest, I wouldn't be excited about this in the slightest, were it not for not only some of the stuff that's already visible in the game, but some of the stuff that's going to be in the game, and some of the stuff that might be in the game, depending on how things go. So like
Yeah.
starting off with just the first stuff, I'm kind of happy to see is that Mighty and Ray have 3D models now in this game. They've been represented in 3D. I don't know how many more ways I can say it. They're 3D now, and that's incredibly
Yeah,
exciting.
third
Fair.
dimension.
They did have low poly models in Mania.
Oh wow,
That is
that
true.
changes
Yeah, that's true.
everything.
I think the better thing you can say,
actually
they have
does.
classic
Yeah.
and modern models now.
Well, that's what I was getting to, is the fact that,
That's
yeah,
the big
like,
thing, yeah.
now, I was like, okay, maybe these things are placeholders, maybe they don't know this, that, and the other, but no, they have found, like, modern Mighty and modern Fang models in the game's files as well. And that's crazy, because, like, Sega, for quite some time now, have kind of been like, modern characters exist in the modern universe, classic characters exist in the classic universe, and there's very little crossover.
Before you hop onto the other things, I need to talk about these characters.
Uh-huh.
So you're the first one to show me that Modern Mighty was a thing, and then some other friends of ours that just like my phone was going crazy the other night. It was going fucking nuts.
They have dicks, by the way.
Yeah, so like if I was ever gonna be, surprised by something, it's just never gonna happen. Not with certain characters, apparently. But like,
Yeah.
but like I was kind of like I didn't predict it, but I was hoping for Mighty to finally make his modern appearance because we know that the Chaotix 30th anniversary is coming up, and we have
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so we know that there's a story coming up, and where I was disappointed with Knuckles' 30th anniversary, I was like, fingers crossed here because we've been seeing more love for Mighty and Ray, we've been seeing more love for Chaotix in general, more acknowledgement for it, and even in the IDW universe, we do have a connection between classic and modern times with the Warp Topaz now, thanks to the Fang miniseries. So I was hoping like
yeah.
these were small little hints saying, okay, we're doing this, and we're gonna have a story that has the Chaotix running into Mighty, because I would be overjoyed if that's the case. And at this point, I'm gonna be severely disappointed if that's not what they do, because holy shit, we have a modern Mighty, and he's beautiful. Oh, he's
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh my god,
I was
he's
just
beautiful.
yeah, like I'm very happy that we're finally seeing some of these classic characters make their way into the modern universe beyond like what Archie did back in the and that alone is very exciting
fair,
to me.
that was a cool redesign for Modern Mighty back in Archie, but you could tell it
I
was
did
very
like
much an
that,
Archie
yeah.
design.
Yeah, the
Well,
jacket
yeah,
was
but
cool.
like,
I liked that.
Yeah,
as-
jacket,
as it
fingerless
were.
gloves, I think too.
Ooh, the Ray design in Archie was also good. Like I like the flight goggles. Like that was a cool look for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, also, it
Thing
was
is,
like
we-
pre Tails boom before Tails
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, Tails
Yeah.
kind of stole that look.
We'd
Yeah.
effectively lost those versions of the characters until now, really. So I think that's, obviously I'm very happy to see that. I saw, they've listed, like, modern Blaze and modern Marine, implying that it could be classic versions of them. Maybe this could be this could be the second place we get a classic Shadow, because movie 3 did it. Which
bitch. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But then, and then, we've
Oh
got
my God, dude.
this is the big one.
I
This is-
stopped. I stopped in my fucking tracks, dude.
Styx the
saw him
Badger
look at me.
is in the game's file,
Shut your fucking
as well
mouth.
as lyrics. So Dicks Out for Styx has paid off once again. We keep winning. Chip's got a new render. Oh, also, by the way, Sally and Nicole might be in the game, as well as a bunch of other fucking characters that Sega do own the rights to.
Holy Shit. Sally is a big deal. And I obviously, like, everyone knows how much I love Sally physically. But that aside,
Okay.
like, Shade was in the files.
Yes.
And, like,
Come out
if
as
that
penders.
is legit, and Shade, and, like, Sega's actually, like, stepping up to bat and saying, okay, let's do this. That's impressive.
I
That's
also
incredibly
saw-
impressive.
That is impressive. I also saw it wasn't the full model, but it was the ball form of Mechasonic.
Oh yeah, Mechasonic
Wh-
Mark II's
wait,
been
that was-
listed.
They have a special card specifically for him when he's in a ball.
I mean, he's got a very unique ball.
No,
I guess
just
he
the
does have
ball
a-
of his ball state.
I just love his balls.
But what I'm saying is
Interesting,
that
okay.
if I just hope we get a 3D Mechasonic, like that would be
Cool.
sick. That would be so cool.
Here's
There
what
is, of
here's
course-
what it's telling me too. Like if they're doing 3D models, that means merchandise is finally happening. Because they don't seem to make the toys until like we really should have seen Mephiles coming for Shadow Generations because suddenly we had a Mephiles toy. And then would you look at that? It's the exact same model in the game.
There is, of course, every possibility that Sega could puss out on some of these things, as they have done in the past. But the fact that these are even being recognized at all internally is good news. And like the fact that even just like a Modern Mighty has happened is a huge step. And I think, you know,
Yeah.
that on another hand, you know, I went to the Sonic Symphony last year. That's my Switch 2 brag, guys. Going to the Sonic Symphony. And they were playing, like, the Shadow Generations trailers before it, and people were jumping up and cheering at the sight of Mephiles the Dark. They were looking at, like, when they did, like, Silver's theme during the Symphony portion, people were jumping up and cheering for Blaze. I get the feeling Izuka's just been, like, stood at these things like, huh... They like characters, do they? What other characters can we get in there? And the thing is, also, if you want to do like a card game thing, these things are obviously very dependent on just how many characters you can squeeze in there. You know, they'd be dumb not to at least dig around in the Freedom Fighters a little bit. Because it means they don't even have to bring them back in the main game series. Like, this thing is advertised as pulling...
So I'm so desperate to know what the developers are saying. I'm so curious because I don't know how game development works. We know that it's in the code. We know that there's conversations in the code about these characters. But I also know that there are some higher ups in Sega that adamantly do not want to deal with the American characters.
Right.
And since we don't have the models, we don't actually know. But we do have the model of one of the Tails Adventures guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
The
the
guy with the diaper.
Yeah, and like
He's
in the...
Archie exclusive, isn't he? Or am I mistaken?
I think he's in
Uh,
Tails Adventure, isn't he?
I think
Because
he's in Tails Adventure as a boss, right?
they've also listed the
I don't
Great
know, I've
Battle
not played through
Kaku
it.
as well.
Yeah, no, I think
That's a
that's
really
from
funny name.
Tails Adventure. They might have been in the Archie comic as well, though. Like, you know how they put like Wendy Witchcart and stuff from Tails Sky Patrol in there.
That's what I'm
as, like, a
torn
full
about.
character
Like,
and
I
stuff.
don't know. I
I
don't know. I know
love,
like the
um,
Grand Cuckoo's in the game, but I don't know about the green guy specifically.
There was also a lot of like people were making like joke renders as well. Like it kind of all got kind of like discombobulated basically. Like I didn't know which was like real and which one was like which leaks were real, which ones were fake. But sometimes there were obvious jokes. I am curious because it's like yeah, it's technically a leak, but it is data mined from a release game or a soft launch release game.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like because they could change it at any time, but
They're
like
definitely going to add
don't
more
know.
characters to it than what's there currently. So, like, we're definitely going to see some things materialize.
There's
And I guess
there's no way this will survive just on the modern cast. I'm just gonna say that out loud right now. There's simply no way.
oh yeah, no, well like I think the reason why like they have a lot of these characters, and I believe that they're all in the game, is because it's a card game, and you need that variety in order for people to like give a shit past like a month. You know, that's
That's
why
the
like
thing
with
as well, though,
Pokemon
is, like-
stuff, they
Look at,
come
like,
up with new
Magic
different
the Gathering, right? Like
Oh,
Magic the
yeah,
Gathering
or, like-
also
They're
only
going
every
after
3 days,
Marvel
and it's like,
Snap.
oh, SpongeBob. Interesting.
I
We're
would
going
like-
after
That's an
Marvel
interesting
Snap.
one.
I wouldn't give a hoot
So I just-
about this game were it not for all these returning characters potentially.
Yeah, so I did not know this was a game until the leak started kind of flooding my inbox, as it were. So I had no expectations for what
Yeah.
Blitz was supposed to be. I just finished up a video I'm doing a promotional video for Marvel Snap, and it's legitimately fun. Like I've
do
been
like
curious
that
about the game for a couple of years now. And then they approached me, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take your money, thank you.
I
But
didn't know it was
actually-
still going, to be honest.
Oh,
I haven't
it's-
heard anything about it in so long.
Because you're in a bubble, the game is huge.
Well, no, no.
You
Yeah.
are.
No.
You
No,
are.
I'm a Marvel guy. I look at Marvel
You're-
stuff all the time. I got Marvel on my feed.
You're sick with the
The
Sonic, so
game
they had to put
is
you in a bubble.
doing very well. It's huge.
I don't
It's
hear people talk
freaking
about it.
huge.
Can we
Yeah,
quickly
but-
talk about the fact that we got a new Marvel fighting
me-
game coming, and once again,
No.
the attitude towards
No.
the Spider-Man suit is, let's add some fucking white bits to it and cut up the red.
It's fine. It's whatever. But my point is, like, Marvel Snap is incredibly addictive, and like Blitz is clearly designed to grab that market a little bit as well, because it is super easy to learn, and it really hits the collector side as well. Like it's addictive gameplay, but also really grabs you in terms of like the really niche, the really interesting parts of Marvel just in these cards and stuff like that. So it's a brilliant little game. And if they could do that for Sonic, that would make sense, but you can't just be like, the most special thing is Super Sonic again. Like, you just can't do that. There's no way it survives like that.
We have Super Sonic
There's
2
another
now.
Death Egg robot.
It's just, I mean, like, what are they going to do? They're going to eventually just lead to the Rickies and the
Yaka.
Motobugs and shit like that. Like, who
Yeah.
cares, man? Who cares? You got to get the
I mean-
obscure stuff in there.
Yeah, well, I think that's why Pokemon has so many generations of stuff, is because of that. Like, if it was just like the first generation for all of its lifespan, then like the card game aspect of Pokemon would not have survived at all.
Even with just the original 151, they had like different sets. So like you could have two of the same Pokemon, but they did like different things.
yeah, I mean,
Like,
I just don't
your base
know
set's gonna be different
exactly.
from- like the base set's going to be different from the Jungle set, which is going to be different from the Fossil set, and the Team Rocket set, and so on and so on.
Yeah, and they could very well do that here with, like, let's say Sonic Prime Sonic or Sonic Boom Sonic or something, like different versions of like these characters that have existed. But I do agree where it's just like people aren't gonna really care about that.
Other
As
rumors
much.
as well are that
I'll tell you that.
other rumors are that Cosmo and I think it is just Cosmo could appear in the game. I'd love it if they go all the way and do Chris, even though I don't
want a
care
Chris
for the
Thorndike
Thorndikes.
card.
Like,
So
I might
bad.
not care massively for the Thorndikes. I still would like to see them represent. You know, if they have to, yeah, fuck it, put Wade Whipple in there. Like, fuck it. But like,
I'd say everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
go
everybody.
all in.
Get Fleetway in there.
Get Nicky the
Yeah.
Hedgehog from the get the fucking fighter pilot from Sonic's weird origin story.
If
Nah,
someone
he
gets
died in
if
an explosion, I think.
Yeah, well, he's
if
back.
I see somebody
Yeah,
play as
Stevie's
Wade
right.
Whipple,
Look at Lorcana. Like, this is what's happening right now with cards. Like, they are exploding. The market is exploding. Sonic's clearly trying to jump in there.
Morgan,
They
Nate
cannot.
Morgan.
But legitimately, though.
Extremely weak to explosions. That
Legitimately,
card.
like any of them, like they cannot survive on the same fucking render since 2008.
I'll tell you who
People
didn't
die
survive.
in the
Nate
water.
Morgan.
Yeah, no, that guy.
No,
didn't
but
stand a
like
chance.
Pup said, like the only reason he cares is because of these characters. Same thing here. Like I would probably play it for like a combination video, like just a big video about all the mobile games at some point. But like, who
Yeah.
gives a shit? But Sega,
Yeah.
like I've been telling them for 1,000 years, like if the only thing keeping the Freedom Fighters is pride, that's pathetic. You're a bad businessman. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
just bad at business. Make money.
It's like
And this is a
Nintendo with
great way to make
Waluigi. They're
Make the
always like,
money,
we
you
hate that
dummies."
guy because we didn't make him.
They still use Waluigi though.
I know,
he's
but they
in
only put him
Worlds,
in spin-offs, though. He's only allowed in spin-offs. He can't be in WarioWare. Like, why? Like, why not?
Yeah.
Okay,
stupid.
yeah, that
know?
sucks, but you still get to
Or like,
use them.
why
They don't
can't the
just
WarioWare
completely...
characters be in Mario Kart? Why can't the Paper Mario characters be in Mario Kart? Like, it's the same thing, except Nintendo's never
No.
gonna change that.
No. This is way different. Waluigi still shows up in things.
In
the
general,
fucking
yeah.
Sally does not show up in anything. Like they do not acknowledge the existence of their own history of things they already own, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Yes, it's bullshit that Waluigi doesn't show up in other stuff. I guess. I think he looks lame, but he still shows up. He's
Oh,
still in the party. He still goes to the
I
parties.
don't
He still
understand the
goes, plays
appeal.
his cart. He shows up.
I just like his name,
Fucking-
Waluigi.
I'm just saying,
Wow.
if there's a Wario, like an evil Mario, and they have an evil Luigi, and Mario and Luigi are equally as important as each other, I don't get why they don't give that importance to other characters. Like, it's just fucking silly to me. Or like Mario Kart World, not to go back on that topic, but like, you know, like I like the enemies in the Mario series. They're all very iconic, but like you can't put like Professor Egad in there or something. You know, like
I
instead
do-
of a crab
I-
that doesn't even
I
hold
do-
the bike handles. Like,
I do.
what do you? You know,
I
like
do
where is
agree.
this?
I
What
do-
is this?
I do agree that like this is a lot of companies where they have some sort of like self-importance or pride, you know, when it comes to this stuff. But with Mario, it's at least like you still see something with
Yeah.
these characters, you know. But with Sonic, like a lot of these characters are laid dormant. Now, do I want the horse guy from Archie to show up in a game? No, not really. But it is like I
Fucking
just
love the
don't
horse
care.
guy.
But
I'm a huge
The
fan
horse
of
guy-
horse
The
horse
horse
guy.
yeah,
I'm a fucking
there's
huge
a
fan of horse.
There's just a horse guy. Yeah, this was
We
a
need
horse guy.
Darcy
in
the
Archie.
Dragon in this game. Come on, that's
But,
what
like,
we're missing.
Dulcie,
like-
not Darcy. Get it together.
Oh, fuck it,
my-
I don't give a
but-
shit.
But
Who
my
cares?
point
They're not even real
is-
anymore.
Somebody does. That's the point. Somebody fucking does. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no, they don't
wrong
use
with
these
them?
fucking characters, and they have all the rights to them. That's what I'm getting at. Everyone deserves
Well, yeah.
to be represented. Every fan base deserves to be represented. Everyone deserves to be invited to the table. Every one of them.
Yeah, and
Sally
like
deserves to be rallied for.
just
I fucking hate
Do-
Dulcie, and I'll rally for Dulcie.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember the name because it's like
but
not a name. Dulce. It sounds like a dessert almost, like
But
dulce
that's
de
my
leche.
fucking problem with a lot of Sonic fans, though.
It's
just like,
pronounced
I don't like the
Dolce.
character, therefore they shouldn't be
I
back.
don't give a shit.
Shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, that is.
I
just-
also have kind
like
of
the
said
same
we
people that
shouldn't.
say shit on Sally, they want Cosmo back. Like, just bring them all back. Use them somewhere. Make money.
I've also
Make a
said
fucking
that
T-shirt or
perfect
something at
place for
least.
it.
You know,
We
like
as a
that's the
fan
least
base-
they could be doing.
I've also
Well,
said it's weird how
and-
kind of comfortable we as a fan base tend to get with the idea that any character at any given moment could just vanish because they want to
Well-
move things in a different direction.
well, it's not just characters. It's also just like plot, like where the plots were going originally, or even
Yeah.
like forms. You know, like here's the thing:
Ugh.
if I was Sega, Hypersonic should have been in Frontiers. That's just my thing because you have
Should have
him,
been a
why not use him?
nightlight, dude. At the very
Yeah.
least. Make some
At the
fucking
very
money.
least. And in June, come on, he's a rainbow. Like
You could
But,
even have like
I
a little
hate one
coffee
dude,
mug
people get
that
so
like
mad about that.
when you put hot liquid in it, it turns into like a little hypersonic. That could be
yeah,
fun.
well,
Oh,
well,
that'd be kind
it-
of sick.
A holographic sticker.
but
Anything.
but like it. But
An
like it
action
was
figure.
that. It was also like the two worlds thing, and like it was a bunch of stuff where it's like a lot of lip service or like stuff that was assumed as well. This franchise doesn't know what it wants,
But
and
that's
like
also another
is
thing I
so-
was kind of saying as well when I was saying
Yeah.
like it doesn't ruin the game for me, but like putting the animal people in a Potos in Sonic Racing Crossworlds is like in 2008 Sonic Unleashed was Little Pup's very first 3D Sonic game, so it's like you establish an understanding of what the world is. That's how that world works. So I know that like a lot of people disagree with me, but like a human world as a backdrop for Sonic is kind of what I'm accustomed to. Like that's my understanding of it. So when Crossworlds comes along, or when a lot of IDW stuff comes along and is just like, oh, no humans, there's this, but then Tails Tube is like, oh, sometimes humans, but then I see no evidence. It does kind of bum me out because it tells me my understanding of this world is wrong, like, and invalid,
so-
and that stinks.
Pup, let me give you a little bit of perspective here. It's been a while since I've been on the show properly outside of just jumping in to be obnoxious here and there. Since I was last on the show, that was definitely the case, but you gotta understand, it takes a while for things to be made. And since the last time I was here, like I was just bitching about the last update for Frontiers, since that time, we've had Tails Tubes further establishing what this world is and what it's all about. We just got Sonic X Shadow Generations,
Mhm.
which heavily features human beings, heavily features two specific human beings, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
We now currently have the DC Sonic crossover. You cannot deny how many human beings are in there.
That's true.
And how
but-
many times they just say the word Earth. No, don't butt me. My point is, it takes time for things to happen. And I would argue that all these little pieces that we discussed when I was on the show versus whatever you guys have been talking about since then, I think they've slowly been coming into place to find a more refined, a more streamlined franchise. And I think these leaks are further proof of that.
I
That they're
hope
paying
so.
attention to the fan base. They're paying more attention to what we all want. And it's saying it's okay to just celebrate things without it interrupting this precious sacred timeline where everything's fucking boring. I'm sorry I've not been covering IDW. It's fucking boring. Anyway.
And
That's
like
true.
another thing is that not everything is gonna always be accounted for all the time. And there are compromises to me. I've had to let go of some stuff that I was like, no, like this is how I viewed the Sonic world for as long as I could remember. Like this made sense to me. But then like once we had a bunch of like rewrites, I had to let that go too. And I've said it with Nick before whenever we had our panel like a year or so back.
Right.
Of was like not everything is meant to last forever, but you gotta at least give it respect too. Where it's like if it like the thing is with Archie, it kind of came out in like a whimper, you know. It didn't really get like the send off it deserved. And
Yeah,
I feel like
didn't
that's
get a proper ending.
part of a big reason why people are so adamant about these characters being brought back. Is it's like, well, you didn't really give us the time of day or the respect that we deserved and everything and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, I agree with that. I will say though, it's like the same thing I say, I don't know, with Hypersonic. I just hope that these leaks are legitimate first, and I think they are. But also
Oh,
that
they're
like
le-
even with this
They're
with this
legit
card
leaks.
game,
We don't know if Sega will approve of the.
Yeah, like-
yeah. But what I'm saying is that but give it the respect it deserves. I know it's a card game. It's very like low risk as well too, I guess. So that's probably like a big reason as to why like a lot of these characters are coming back, because it's it's just in a card game pretty much, but that's better than nothing,
I will
like-
say it does reflect oddly on Crossworlds, though, as a multiverse thing. If they're bringing these characters back for Blitz, but not Crossworld. But then again, one's higher profile, so I do get it. But at the same time, I'm not really that interested in the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm more just like, well, here's what I want to see, like...
Well, I've always said that like Sonic Prime should have been where the Archie or SatAM characters.
Oh,
came
yeah,
back,
that would have
because
saved it, like...
Okay, well, not only do I think it would have been more interesting to see like not only like Sally and like Rotor and like even Antoine to come back and all this other stuff, but it's also a thing where it's just like, okay, now that door's open, we can do more with them, basically.
Yeah,
But
like, New
they
York
just
is
decided
also
to do like,
clearly SatAM world. SatAM world.
well,
It's
it's
definitely
just
got-
it's so
SatAM
funny.
coded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny how it started with Forces, and me and Nick said it in his panel. I wish that panel was better recorded because there was a lot of great discussion.
I mean,
in
yeah,
that
I
panel.
wish it was too. It is available on my Patreon if you guys want to go check it.
It is true. It's true.
That's true.
But but
I'm gonna run this one into the
it's-
ground.
Yeah.
it's it's already there, my man. But it is hilarious how like Sega wants to get away from like the SatAM or Archie Sonic stuff, yet they keep trying to tell the same story that Archie Sonic or SatAM Sonic did, but with
Yeah.
their own
Actually,
spin.
can
Forces
I-
was that.
Can I quickly
Forces
have
was
a,
that. Absolutely.
Can I have a moment to rant about the restoration?
The
By all
restoration.
means.
I'm so fucking done. Like, one of the things that is holding me back from like tuning back into IDW proper was that like we had like the Mimic saga, and we had what was the guy from is it Clutch? And the whole thing was like, oh, he's going to dismantle the restoration from the inside. And I was like, great, we can finally get back to these being stories of these little Traveler Scrimblow guys that go on adventures, and they're pretty, they're free, they're free to, just be buddies. And then it's like the next issue comes along, it's like, welcome to Restoration Portland. It's like, oh, fuck. I thought we were done with this. Like, the Restoration, like, Sonic and his friends as a military organization has no appeal to me at all anymore. Like, unless you're going to do the
Yeah.
Freedom Fighters. But I still think, like, IDW is a centralized mainline thing, and I much prefer the stories of these characters when they are just having little life adventure. Like Sonic Adventure. You start off, like Amy's story where she goes shopping. Nowadays, she'd be like, I need to rendezvous with the Resistance. I gotta get back to the Resistance, guys.
I feel like the reason why people latch on to like Sonic X and Sonic Adventure is because there was a lot of like slice of life moments where it's like, oh, these characters like they are relatable in this aspect. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that
low-stakes
every character
stuff.
has to be. Yeah, I'm not saying that every character has to be like relatable, but it is a thing where it's just like, oh, like they do, like they do eat and they do sleep and they do shit. I'm not saying I want
No,
to
they
see
don't.
any of that.
That
but
being
like,
said,
yeah, no.
IDW
Priorities.
does have a number of slice of life issues, but I think the thing is, the world of IDW Sonic isn't particularly well fleshed out, so it doesn't really like when they do these little slice of life stories, like Sonic taking Blaze to Spagonia and it's empty, and then they eat pasta or some shit. It's just I don't know. That stuff to me is kind of dull as dish. I just want to see him going on an adventure that is an adventure and not a mission. Just an adventure.
Like think about the beginning of like Sonic Adventure where it's like Sonic like he fought Chaos and then like Chaos ran away, but that was it. He was just chilling on like the hotel next to the beach. And then he sees that his friend is about to like crash his plane. He's just like, "Oh shit, like I'm just going to
Sonic
go
Adventure, the
save my
ID
buddy."
Sonic Adventure, the IDW adaptation. Like Tails like, I was on my way to Restoration HQ when suddenly my new power source failed. Whoa, Tails, that sure sucks. I'd better get you back to the med bay at Restoration HQ.
Yeah.
Hey,
I better
hey,
get
guys,
I better get you back to Long Time No See Island and whatever.
God. Not to interrupt all this, but what do you guys have on the timer for Summer Games Fest? So that way I know. So that way I'm not ahead of
a
you
minute
guys.
Let me
30
take a
for me.
quick
A minute 30 for
133.
me. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
I'm at
me and
134.
Dylan are. Yeah,
minute
we're
30.
locked in then.
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah, we're
so
locked
I'm
in.
also locked in too.
Yeah. Nick, are you locked in? Are you viewing this with us?
I am.
All right. Well, in that
Alright.
case, just while we're in that final minute, I'm just going to say, audio listeners, we're going to see you on the other side of this. I'm going to put this together. I'm going to stitch up the first half and the last bit into a podcast episode, and I'll see you guys on the other side. If you do want to see the Summer Game Fest coverage, it's over on YouTube. You can watch it on the VOD.
So let's quickly shout out stuff we're doing then. Boys, I wanted to personally invite you guys. I do a Patreon podcast now, and I'd like to
Ooh.
individually invite you guys to one-on-one chats if you guys are so inclined.
Oh, I'm
Sweet.
down.
Sounds
I'm
fun.
Absolutely. When do you usually have them?
I don't know, whenever.
Just whenever? Okay.
Yeah. And if you guys want to hear my thoughts about IDW, stay tuned to Game Apologist because I've got some critiques. That's my stuff.
Back to
super
the
chats.
studio, and yeah, we'll do super chats. Now, I've got them all noted. And yeah, we got to kind of speed through these because I am incredibly tired.
Okay, so when you say that we need to speed through this, that includes you too, Pup, because you're the one who
Yes.
usually derails us.
Yes. All right.
Whoever put the loud fucking audio, fire them.
Okay, Mr. Krabs, 199 US dollars. Grummet, why is Ben 10 here, Grummet?
Thank you, Mr. Krabs.
Okay.
Mr. Krabs.
Thank you.
Borger. Oz Productions
Insightful.
sends.
Oh, Nick, you mean Nick. Okay, you calling Nick Ben 10. Okay.
Okay, so Oz Productions
Why did Trey
sends.
steal?
Right, this is what I'm talking about. Sends 10 US dollars. A response from a week ago, Junichi Kanemaru has said Paramount did contact him for the first Sonic movies, but he turned it down because he did not like the script. He later did Sonic Prime. I mean, I guess I can see. I like the first movie better than Prime, but like, Prime. Anyway, thank you for the $10, Oz Productions. Borger.
Is it Franken?
Yes.
Franken.
Mr. Krabs with $1.99 US. It's Wario/Millhouse/Carl Weezer time Friday.
Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. Borger.
Insightful as always.
Giorno with $5 real, very real dollars. Hey Nick, did you? Hey Nick, did
They're
you know
very
this
real
currency
dollars.
is
It's the
the
realest dollars.
Brazilian real? Frank knows. Why can't you be more like Frank, Nick? Yeah, Nick. Defend
yeah,
yourself
Nick.
right now.
Nick's not even here. Nick was never here. What are you talking?
No,
You're
defend
crazy.
yourself right now, Nick. Come on.
Yeah.
That's right, they didn't show the Persona 4 remake.
Still no. You're
Yeah.
up.
A little bit longer for that, I guess. Giorno with the 5 Brazilian real. Man, I wish I could get and Switch 2, but it's like $800 over here, with games being 90, mostly because of taxes. So I'll have to wait for like 3 to 5 years. I feel that, man. No, it's not
appreciate you
$800 for me,
sending
but it
the-
feels like it.
I appreciate you sending the money you do have to us, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, like very generous.
Well, we appreciate you. It's
No, genuinely,
We
I
appreciate
appreciate it. Borger. Juno with the 2 Brazilian Real. Also, Pup, you look like Nibrock Rock. That's neat. I have no idea. I didn't know Nibrock Rock had a face, to be honest. I thought the guy was just renders. But thanks, I guess, probably.
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking of someone else, actually. Okay.
Borger.
God damn. Okay. Mr. Krabs with $1.99 US. Gromit, stop clapping my cheeks as Wario in Mario Kart World.
Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Borger.
Isn't it funny how we could say this, but we can't say the other thing because
I know,
we'll
it's-
get in trouble?
Yep, just don't say it on
Oh,
the
we never
community
even
feed.
told Nick
Wait.
about it.
We didn't get the chance. The guy fucked off. I'll DM him
Yeah.
eventually.
All right.
Okay.
Is it my turn, KB? KB
Yes.
with the $1.99 US
Yes.
dollars. Apparently, Peach, Toad, Toadette, and DK have new voice actors and actresses. Yes, that is true.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yep.
You know
And they
you're
have
well
not
in Hollywood
replaced
Elite.
Kenny James because he's perfect in every way.
In every way.
Borger Dylan.
All right, we've got let's see. Holy shit. KB 199. Blitz is a name that screams mobile game. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blitz, a card game no less. Borger.
I figured it'd be like the totally real game Sonic Rings.
The Real
Sonic
game.
Rift.
Sonic Rage.
Yeah.
Sonic
Um,
Royale.
Giorno back at it again with the 10 Sonic Reals. I'm happy that unlike other companies, ever since that damn Orange Man became president, Sega has continued to support the LGBT plus community by supporting charities and making awareness inside the campaign. That's great. Yeah, no, that's good stuff. I didn't see that, but yeah, no, that's a great move on Pride Month, no less.
It is good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
respect. You know, it's funny. I won't derail much with this, but people are always like, companies aren't your friends. They don't care about you. All that stuff. I'm still not going to say, they are explicitly friendly or like our friends literally, but like they definitely feel like they listen and care a little bit more about the audience than like every other company
I
that we
agree.
kind of deal with.
I genuinely
There
really
are
do agree
people
with
in the
that.
company who can be friendly. Companies can be friendly, but they are not
The company
explicitly your
itself,
friends.
yeah, not friendly,
reality
but like
is
it seems like it's made up of people who care about people, which is nice.
The devs over at Nintendo probably really do care about how many people get to experience the incredible work they've made, but they're not the ones that decide the prices and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So-
no, nothing against them, obviously,
Yeah.
but like Nintendo's a very antagonistic company as a whole.
Yeah,
But
whereas
it's
Sega
refreshing to
is-
see Sega be different. Yeah.
Sega's very good at least pretending to be friendly. So
Yeah.
okay, Borger. Is it me? Am I up?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just went.
Okay. Bladed Fox 14 with the $2. Thank you, Bladed Fox. They also had that guy from Tails Adventure. Yes, the fellow with the diaper. But they've also got the Battle Cuckoo as well. Thank you, Blade Fox 14. Borger.
Mike 1911 with the $4.99 US. If everything goes through, Sonic Blitz will be the door opening for some characters to come back, including Sally. I'm hoping for that to be true.
Hell yeah, I'm hoping
Yep.
for it to be true too, because it would be
I
good
want
to
some
get.
obscure shit.
It would be good to get.
I'm cool.
Go on. I said go
Like,
on, no
I'm
less.
cool. I'm cool with like all the characters that people really want back. I want some really obscure shit in this game.
Pele, the beloved dog.
Mm. Actually, genuinely, yeah, absolutely.
Pele and Hatsun the pigeon. Please.
Yeah, Pele and Hatsu. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm trying not to fangirl here.
It'd be nice if they have like little bios, so that way it
Yeah.
can kind of give you an idea of what these characters are.
Ray, you're up.
Hello, Oz Productions with $2. Thank you, Oz. I'd rather have an Elise card over a Chris card.
Oz.
mean,
Oz.
it's like-
Oz. Two
Honestly,
cakes.
same.
Two
That's
cakes.
that's choosing between trash and garbage. I'll be honest. I'm not
Two
the
cakes.
biggest fan of either.
Honestly, I'd burn those cards. I would fucking rip them apart.
I don't know
I'd
how
throw
burn
to
them
these
do
in
that.
digital
They're
cards.
digital.
I'd throw them overboard like
I
Exodia.
burned my phone.
Still no border.
Mr. Krabs, the $4.99 US. He said, "Son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned?" He said, "Will you defeat them You're demons.
You are literally one of those things at an arcade that someone puts a coin in and you'll perform.
What?
Anyways, let's
I have-
continue.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
Blade Fox. I'm pretty sure it's quite easy to. Anyways, Blade Fox 14. With $5 US. Just put humans and Mobians together. It's way easier to do. I agree completely. Blade Fox 14.
But then
You
they'll,
unleashed
they'll
humans,
start
yeah.
trying to breed.
Borger.
Ugh.
Borger. Frank. Borger.
Mr. Krabs with $1.99. Don't fucking rush me. With $1.99 US. I heard rumor that IDW Sonic will have a time skip.
I really fucking hope so. It would really benefit from one. I
Maybe
think.
maybe something. Maybe time skip to like after Frontiers, because I don't know if IDW's caught up to that yet.
Yeah, no, it's all still pre-Frontiers. Tell those stories. Like, I doubt they're ever going to do the whole Amy, Tails, and Knuckles go off on their own adventures thing in the games. So do it in the comics, I say. Like, good place to do it.
Yeah, time skip to that. That's a good idea.
Borger. Trey.
Right, Mr. Krabs with $1.99 US. Thank you. Gromit, why is Nick clapping Squirrel Girl cheeks?
That
talking
is a
about from
great
Marvel?
question.
Nick's
Close enough to sell.
Nick's crapping nothing. Clapping nothing right now. He's clapping chicken cheeks. Anyways,
Oh, I got it.
Borger.
Fuck.
What do you think he has
KB
him for?
US $9.99. If Crossworld doesn't have Baby Zombie driving a chicken race car airboard, then what are we doing? I'm surprised they at least had the Creeper in there. That's kind of cool. I think
That's
I'm
what
gonna
they'll do
main
if
the
it does-
Creeper. I think for a while that'll be fun.
If it doesn't happen, they're fumbling.
But I mean, Baby Zombie and that. It seems like some of these crossover characters get a couple characters, and I wonder if that's like Sega asking for them, or if it's like, oh yeah, you can have a couple. You know, like oh you can have these guys. Like, I'm kind of curious about that.
All right, so Mr. Krabs sends $1.99. Thank you. Bobby, why is Miku and Yakuza in Sonic Cross Worlds?
Because they're Sega franchises.
Thank you, Mr. Krabs.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
Do I look
Do
like
I
I
look
know
like
what
I
a
know?
Hatsune Miku is?
Borger.
All right, Captain Cold Cuts with a $2 US.
Get
I
your-
like that name.
1 out of
Yeah.
10. What are the odds Rouge is playable in Frontiers 2?
I'd say 4.
1 being the lowest.
I'd give it like a 3, maybe.
It's given that Rouge has had a bit of a renaissance lately with Dream Team and stuff
It has
like
been
that.
back a lot, yeah.
Nah,
I feel like we just barely got Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, though.
They
you know, like-
adjusted her clothing a little bit, and now the character is ruined.
Borger.
Nah, but in all seriousness, maybe a 2 or a 3 if I'm generous.
Okay. Borger. I think it's Trey next.
But then
right?
again, she's
Yes.
she's playable. in a
Bladed
Dream Team,
Fox
so-
14 with $5 US. Thank you, Bladed Fox 14. Pup may be glazing, but he on point with that Arkham Knight comment.
Thank you.
No, Arkham Knight.
Thank you.
Arkham Knight glazing is forced.
Arkham Knight is a really good-looking game, and it's because
Arkham Knight wants the
It
best.
is.
it's because there was so much ingenuity in things like the post-processing and effects and stuff like that that they were able to pull off visuals like that on that generation of console. And I see so many PS5 and stuff reveals that are meant to be realism and stuff, and they don't look as good as Arkham Knight, a game from well over 10 years ago now. Well, just 10 years ago, actually. So it's like, you know, sometimes ingenuity comes from working within restraint rather than having, you know, access to ray tracing and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like they're relying on stuff like either ray tracing or some kind of super sampling or whatever it is, some kind of AI based thing to just not give a shit about optimization.
Yeah, like Batman Arkham Knight is a better looking game than the Marvel Spider-Man games, and I think those games look great, but Arkham Knight still looks better.
Okay.
And I want to know why that is. Borg.
All right, so Giorno at the 5, Brazilian reals. So Crossworld's going to be $70, and the digital deluxe is going to be $90. What the hell, man? Izuka clapback to Mario Kart World means nothing if it's $70 to $90.
Where did we
But I
read
mean,
this? Where did we read that?
At least, I don't know if I have no idea, but like at least
No,
if
it's
if
true.
$90 for the collector's edition, you get a lot more stuff than you get with Mario Kart World. At least,
I gotta see that.
like I'm looking at the collector's edition right now, and it actually has a lot of stuff, and you get a King Boom Boo keychain with rainbow sunglasses. So happy Pride Month.
Wait, can you
Wait,
send me
wait.
this?
Yeah,
Can you
so
send me that?
Yeah.
So
I've
it's
never seen this before.
Here's a Nintendo Everything.
Oh, it's coming September 25.
I see like I see the digital ones where it's like digital standard and digital deluxe, but the digital deluxe is only 70.
I'm seeing that the release date is
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the werehog's in it. What? Werehog pack
Yep.
is a
Where?
werehog.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, while Pup is cleaning himself after what he just
Wait,
did
where?
to
I
his,
don't see that. Where
I'm
is
putting
it?
it in the back rooms. I'm putting it there.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, no, that's completely different. You're getting a lot of physical goods with it. I think
Okay,
a collector's
yeah.
edition does not equal like, oh, here is your
Wait, how
base
much?
standard racing game that's $90 or $80
Yeah,
or whatever.
and I'm
I-
gonna say about like all the stuff they have in here. Like, I'm really hoping that some this is as a season pass. So like, if it's gonna be expensive, I don't think all the DLC should be like super expensive. Like, that's gonna be lame.
Also,
Well,
It's gonna be like
the
70
Prime
bucks, then,
Boys, they
know.
look cool.
The DLC
Yeah.
season pass is going to be in the digital deluxe edition. I hope it's also in this collector's edition.
Oh,
as well,
okay.
because
All right, that's not too bad if it's $70. Like, I
That-
mean,
this is something that
I
I have a
guess.
problem with when it. Oh wait. Oh yeah, no. So this is something I have a problem with when it comes to like their physical releases, is that they always leave out the digital deluxe stuff, so you have to go and buy it anyway. So you're spending even more money on a game where it's like, oh, I have the physical version, and it might.
Yeah.
This one's called collectors, but games in the past it'd be like it's a physical deluxe edition, but the game that you get is
Right.
only the base game, and you get like an art book with it. So I have a problem with their DLC releases. Hopefully, this is going to be different.
Also,
Yeah,
Lou,
I mean,
if you're still listening,
collector's edition looks good.
I'm
but-
not gonna say no to
Yeah.
McDonald's. So yeah, please do bring me McDonald's. Sorry, my friend is in the chat.
What did that?
All right,
He's getting
so
McDonald's.
finally, Orver. Who is it? Is it me? Is it?
That's you.
Okay, final super chat from KB. Thank you very much for the $9.99 US. Check out the digital deluxe image and collector's edition of Crossworlds as we have just done. Thank you so much. So, yeah, thank you all who sent super chats. Hugely appreciated. Thank you all who stuck around through this whole thing. Thank you, boys, for being here. Even you, Trey.
Yeah.
You rich
Oh, what?
bastard.
I'm not rich.
You're so
but-
rich. You're so fun.
By
Not
the way,
anymore.
here's the full price
Trey.
listing of Crossworlds as it stands.
Trey,
Okay.
Trey, can you buy me a Switch 2?
Trey, can you buy me a Switch too?
Y'all gotta switch
Oh,
to a
never-
different joke, though, right? That's what y'all need to do.
That was
Alright.
That was
quick.
pretty good.
That was quick.
That's good. Good, thank
He
you.
was
thank you, thank you,
googling
thank
that while I was bantering him last time. wasn't
He literally is just like, yeah, no, don't
So,
bother. Skill issue.
It so it seems okay. So here's how it's priced at. It seems that like the physical standard editions for the Nintendo Switch is going to be $60, but it's going to be $70 everywhere else. Physical standard edition. Digital
I have a
standard
feeling it's
editions
because of,
same price. Yeah.
Do you think this might be because of an upgrade that you could get for Switch 2?
I mean,
Or are they just going to do what Sonic
it does
X
say
Shadow
it does
Generation-
say in a bullet points Nintendo Switch 2 version available at a later date. So it might be a separate version rather than an upgrade because
That is so fucking weird. Like they're doing the same with Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I don't.
I think it's
understand
dumb.
it.
I think it's stupid, but that just seems to be the case.
You are screwing over people who bought your
Yep.
game just a few months ago. And
Well,
like, come
people
on,
are gonna
it-
buy
So-
it anyway.
So in the digital deluxe edition is $80 on Switch and then 90 everywhere else.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
so I think I am kind of with Jorno on that, where it's like, yeah, clapping back at Nintendo isn't really going to mean anything if you're still like in comparable places. Now, granted, Mario Kart World was $80 just base game, but it was also $50 with the bundle for Switch 2. So it's like,
Yeah.
now we're not really doing the cheaper option here, basically. You know, because I was going to buy the Switch 2 regardless because of other games I wanted to play on it. You know, like Donkey
Drop
Kong
the
and shit.
price. Drop the price. Drop the price on
Price.
everything.
Drop,
drop
drop
the
the
price
price
on
of
literally
everything.
everything. Like,
I'm
Go
tired
back
of
to like
being
1995 pricing for things, where like a soda cost like 2 nickels. Like, that'd be great.
you know, the best
I would like to buy a
indication of,
house,
like,
actually.
the best indicate you will, Trey. You'll find a way. But like the best
Yeah,
indication
because I'm
of
so
where,
rich. Yeah.
where prices are at is the Freddo the Frog chocolate bar in the UK because it was famously 5p. Let me see how much Freddos are now. Freddo the Frog. Right.
Freddo the
In my day they were 5p. Today they are 30p. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a lot of P.
Holy halibut, lies of P. Well, that's that's the end of the episode, guys. What are we up to? Let's go with, first of all, Dylan. What are you up to?
Nothing really.
Right? Frank.
Hopefully finishing a video this weekend, and I will probably stream later today.
Badass, but I
Cool.
don't know how you have any energy left to be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, what is this, like 2-3 hours or whatever? It's
That's
rookie numbers.
I mean, okay. I mean, admittedly, my time zone is different, but okay. Trey, what are you working on?
I'm going to Too Many Games in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah, I am
and,
gonna do that at least.
Yeah,
That is one
Dylan.
thing.
Me and Dylan are rooming together. We're gonna be cuddling. It's gonna be great. And we're just gonna be. It's gonna be a fun time. See some people at Too Many Games. I'm going to try to either give an update or release something this month before Too Many Games. For my own YouTube channel and stuff like that. 'Cause
Nice.
There's some stuff.
Nice.
There's some stuff in the works, but like, I want to make sure that it's like properly, presented, the best way possible. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's all that I got going on, and I'm on the Switch too. So if you want to add me and do game chat with a shitty webcam, we could do that.
I heard somebody got their phone working with the game, or with the Switch 2.
Like as a camera. Oh, that's interesting. That's fun.
Yeah,
I don't even know
but
how you would
somebody
even do
couldn't
that.
get like those super expensive like $10,000 cameras. They couldn't get it working.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even have to be USB-C, hilariously enough. It can just be a normal USB camera. That's why I have hooked up to mine. As
Yeah,
long as you have your
couldn't get, like,
camera hooked up
adapters.
to the dock, then you're good. Yeah.
Scarecrow's eating the chickens. Oh no! Scarecrow, the skeleton, is eating the chickens.
Oh, the skeleton has a name now.
No, he's skeleton. So, all right, fine. Well, I guess I'm working on a new Sonic
Oh yeah,
video.
Pup, what are you up to? What are you up to, Pup? What are you up to? Sorry, what are you up to?
He's not doing anything. Moving on.
Yep, that's the end. Good night, everybody.
No, what are
Okay,
you
good
doing?
night.
I already said I'm doing a video on like the newest Sonic Rumble updates. And the video's
Oh,
just
okay.
called "Where Is It?" in all caps.
Coming March, not March,
Coming Smarch
Maybe.
Smarch.
Might be
Yeah,
March.
Maybe in Smarch.
in the great month of October.
Well, you know what? It might be like when it might be like what my dad used to say when my mom would ask when they were getting married. He would say, "In May, may the day never come."
Damn.
Fuck.